Hi F2Pers, it's Goodfellow here at f2p.com, and today we are checking out Vikings War of Clans from Plarium. Developers well known for creating a host of RTS-based city building strategy MMOs, generally browser based and a few crossovers into apps. So this is our newest one. It is currently in beta and we've been given access to it. Taking a little bit of time to check it out, see what is going on and what is different to this compared to their other titles. Spoilers, not that much. But that is one of the key things about Plarium. I mean, they kind of admit it on their own website that they have a formula that they stick by when they create their games, which is fine, but it does mean that from one title to the next, it doesn't really feel that different. And I think the previous game we played was Nord's Heroes of the North, I believe it's called, and in all honesty this game feels pretty much the same. Now, comparing it to its other titles is difficult because, like I said, they do feel they've got the same kind of features, same kind of mechanics, and no doubt there are some differences beyond the kind of layout of your city and the theme. Although Nord's Heroes of the North is quite Viking themed. But aside from that, if we're judging it on its own merits, which we're going to try and do, I will say that the game's actually not too bad. The art style is fantastic, and I that goes for pretty much all of Plarium's games. They look great. I mean, you look at this, you've got this little, I don't know, this looks like a forge or something. Oh, I think this might be my hero's hut, actually. Yeah, so my hero's abode. So, you know, you got your little dog, you got some dudes sparring in the barracks. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see more stuff. You know, just the animations look great. And I really do like that about the game. So, top marks for graphics, can't really fault it on that. Now, what I can fault it on is the early gameplay. Now, I've not got massively into it. I've taken my time going through everything, so I've probably been sat in the game for a couple of hours, but I've not really progressed the quests a massive amount. And that's because it's really, really boring. The bulk of the gameplay feels like it's geared towards the end game where you're competing against other players, which is fine and that's great, but you need something to do in the journey getting there, and unfortunately that's where Vikings War of Clans falls down slightly. So we will get to that in a moment, but I'm going to show you where we're at. The general idea is resource gathering, so you've got your food, wood, iron, stone, and silver. Pretty much a staple of most of these city building MMOs. You can check across our own website, f2p.com, and you will see that in the strategy genre section, these types of games, they're all very much the same kind of thing. More so when they're from Plarium. So, you've got that element, you've got constructing buildings. Now, with this, you don't have free reign to place your buildings wherever you want, but different areas can have different types of buildings. So here we can have barracks, manor, infirmary, and war block, whereas over here we can have farms, lumber mills, stone quarries, and mines. So essentially our production areas are, I don't know, is it because, I don't think it's because they're on grass, I'm presuming it's because of these little symbols that they look different. So this is probably going to maybe have something different than this. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so I don't know what the differentiation is. I mean, that's obviously like clearly different. So these ones, you can have those buildings. Over here, yeah. So it's the same thing. So I think it's just maybe this section where you can have your production buildings. And we've already built a lot of them, and there's still space for more. So I guess part of the city strategy element is deciding what you want to prioritize on, whether you are going to focus on having more lumber and that kind of thing. Now, if I go to the global map, and we'll be coming back to this section in a moment, we've got our little settlement here, and to the south we've got farmlands, and we can raid them for food. We have, let's see what else is still floating around. So we've got iron over here. We have more farmlands. I think that's just wasteland. Yeah. There we go. So that's lumber, I think, over here. So that's a lumberjack shed. So we could take a look at what our surrounding resource options are. What we do seem to be lacking at an initial first glance. Okay, so this stone, Hewer's camp. Okay, so that's relatively close, but I mean it's still pretty far away from where we are. So we've got plenty of farmland. We've got iron ore that's closer. Stone's a little bit further away, and I can't see any gold mines, although they might be rare. You don't actually see a lot of the gold. So due to that, I might decide, okay, well, because we're going to be thin on wood, okay, say we didn't have a lumberjacks that was particularly close in comparison to the food, then we might say, well, let's have extra lumberjacks so that we can focus on that. So there is an element to it, and depending on what you want to do with your strategy, if you want to field a huge army, then you need food as a resource because it's basically maintenance and your troops will keep eating food. So the bigger your army is, the more food you will need. So strategy elements are there, and you get a choice, as opposed to some games where you just build the farm building and you just keep upgrading it. Okay, you can build multiple and you can upgrade them. What it doesn't allow you to do, and I'm presuming by having two of these, it creates troops faster, because if I start building a troop, and we'll go over these in a minute, so if I start training troops and I say I just want to build, I don't know, we'll go 2 troops, so I'm going to build 2 mercenaries. There we go, and that's going to take 43 seconds. I can't then go on to the other one and try and build these because I'm already building warriors. So I don't know what the benefit of having multiple barracks is, but it did give me a quest to build 4 barracks. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm presuming having more builds them quicker, and I suppose we could work that out by building more barracks. Now, getting back to what I was saying before about the early game content, this is the thing that's frustrated me the most about the game. Build 4 barracks. So this is my quest. So I'm going to build the barracks. And I'm going to build it. It's going to take 1 minute, 29 seconds. Build it. Now it's starting to build. I know that because it's taking less than 5 minutes, I can like finish it for free. And there you go. It's instantly finished. And I can upgrade it. And it takes 2 minutes, 58 seconds. I can do it for free. So it's using resources, but it takes no time. And now I've got an extra one of those, and I need to build another barracks, and then I'm going to build this one, and then I construct it, and I know it's going to be under 5 minutes, so I can rush it for free. And I've completed the quest. Now, the quests that I've had have been build 4 farms, build 4 lumberjacks, build 4 barracks, build 4 of this, upgrade this, and that's all the early game content has been. Build and upgrade. Now, the fact that I can, essentially with the resources that I've got, I believe I could probably build 1 of everything that I need, or 4 of everything for the quests. It's pointless. It's pointless making me do that. It's so boring, and that's all I've had to do, because you can only build 1 troop at a time, albeit, you know, you can build 20. I'm building 2. So if I wanted to build more troops, I can go train, and I can build a maximum of 55. I wonder if having more barracks means I can build more at once. Let's try that out. Let's build another barracks. So if I now try to do troops and train, okay, so I can now build more. So now I get that, but it still takes, you know, amount of time. That's gonna take 24 minutes to build. So for it, I don't actually think you can rush your troops either. Pretty sure you can't. So it's going to take 24 minutes. So okay, I'm training. There you go. Training those troops for 24 minutes. I can't do anything with those troops for 24 minutes. So, and I can't build any more units. So all I have now is to construct more buildings, upgrade buildings, and I don't really have a decent number of troops currently to actually fight anybody. So you're really stuck with what you can do, and all you can do is click through building and upgrading. So realistically, in my opinion, get rid of that gameplay element and just give me the buildings to start with, to the point where I can't instantly rush them. Or, don't get me wrong, I know that you still need to use the resources, but I've got plenty of resources. Resources aren't a problem for me right now. How much does it cost to build another farm? So farm, 50 of each. Well, I've got 18,000 wood. I'm not running out anytime soon, so I can build 4 of everything. It's not an issue. Let's have a look what we can build over here. A manor. Build a manor. 2,500. I could build 4 of them, but it just takes time. It's pointless clicking. So that's what's bugged me about the early gameplay. I could go around here. I could probably build everything that I need to build, fill every square, and upgrade everything to at least rank 2. And because everything costs less than 2 minutes, takes less than 5 minutes, I could be doing it pretty much instantly, but I have to go through the process of doing it, which bugs me. So, aside from that, once you kind of get further into the game and you have to be a little bit more tactical about what you're upgrading and what you want to focus on, fair enough, I get it, that's where it gets a little bit more interesting, I guess, but just having to go through the arduous task of doing it all is really, really annoying. Anyway, let's check out the troops with what we've got. So we've got training as well. So that's what's currently happening. So you've got a little quick thing there so you can see what you're building. Maybe with the VIP you can train multiple things at once. I don't know. I'm not checked out the VIP because I'm not going to pay for it, obviously. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of troops in tier 1. You can see here that you've got a tier, so that's tier 1. Tier 2 are currently locked. This is a scout, and you will see here in comparison to, say, the mercenary. The mercenary says what he's effective against, so he's good against cavalries and killers. I think killers are just like crappy defense, but good offense. And he's weak against rage and siege. The scout doesn't have that because the scout is essentially your spy. So you send them to different areas. They do still have an attack, damage, and health because I'm presuming you can have counter espionage. Not got that far in the game where that's even going to be something that I can check out. But you've got your essential 5 different categories of unit. So you've got your melee, cavalry, ranged, killer, siege, all in rank 1. Then you've got rank 2 troops, rank 3 troops, rank 4 troops, rank 5 troops. Okay, so you've got 5 ranks with 6 if we're including the scouts. That's 30 different troop types that you've got, which sounds great. That sounds good. You've got a lot of troops to choose from. The reality is, once you unlock your tier 2 melee, and they've got 169 attack over 100 attack, are you going to keep training up mercenaries? I mean, they're probably cheaper. Actually don't know where the cost is. Okay, because I'm already building it. So, 30, 30, 23, 60. Okay, can't even check what that is because I need to unlock the technology, or the knowledge, sorry, which is fine. But the point is that once you get to tier 2 and you're unlocking your tier 2 stuff, other than the slight power spike that you will get between, once you upgrade your cavalry, well, your cavalry are suddenly stronger, you're just going to be focusing on the tier that you've got. Unless you're like desperate and it's like, I need a load of people and they're quicker to train, let's get a load of these guys out. Realistically, if you've got the time, you're going to be building up your tier 2s. Similarly, if you've unlocked tier 5s, why would you be unlocking... What's this dude got? Tier 5. 366. He's like worth 4 of this dude. Okay? So, realistically, you've only ever got 5 troops that you're choosing from. And that removes the customization of your army quite drastically, I feel. Now, you can customize, which is good. And that's typically through the Oracle by unlocking different knowledges. So you've got your military, and you've got your military tree here. So you can upgrade your melee offense. So increased melee offense. I'm presuming, I don't necessarily know how that relates. Does it make all the units 0.1% stronger? I don't know. Melee defense. And they're kind of branched, but you can choose whether you focus into your range. Once you go into range defense, you can't cut across here. You got the lines linking. To then unlock mangonels, you must have unlocked shield maidens level 1, nomads level 1, unlock raiders level 1. So whilst you have these stages of open customization where you can choose what you want, the reality is that it gets blocked off. This is just a hurdle saying, well, no, you have to have learned all these technologies before you can learn this one. So it's still linear progression. You just got this element at the beginning where you can choose, you know, where you go. Now this goes up to level 10. So I don't know whether you need. Does this say you need level 10? So you need range defense level 2. Okay, so you could be focusing in this, get 2 in it, then get 1 in that. So you could get the basics, but you still need to upgrade everything. Okay, you can't focus on just being pure shield maidens and then get to this point. Which, for better or worse, it is what it is. You've got siege offense now. I don't know whether siege offense is going to be a prerequisite of anything further down the line, but they've got some little weird branching things, and it's not the worst how they've done it. But here, look, siege defense level 10. You've got to have picked up. So where's siege defense? Siege defense. You need to have maxed that up. So again, it's limiting your amount of customization because it's saying to get past this point in the tree, because there's no other branches around it, you have to go through this. You need to have upgraded that single technology, and I don't like that. It implies that there's a lot of choice, and realistically it's not. You're funneled into a very specific decision. So I like that you've got the military tree, you've got the economic tree. So there's you know quite a lot to do. Espionage tree, obviously the military one's the biggest one. I mean the espionage one is very you need to pick them all up before you can get the next one. Okay, that is just about as linear as you can get. Training, similar kind of thing, and then you've got invaders. So this is for attacking other enemies, stuff like that. Heroes energy restoration. So improving your hero, who we'll get to up there in a moment. Aside from that, you've got your oracle, which you need to upgrade. So certain technologies will require you to upgrade your oracle to a new level, and this is obviously at level 2 at the moment. As ever, none of these buildings can go higher than your palace. So our palace is at level 3, which means we can have our oracle at level 3. So you're always having to upgrade your palace. What I don't like about the knowledge system, and it's not bad, fine, it's a little bit linear, and I think that's more to keep things balanced. It's easier to balance when you force players into a set development path. The thing I don't like about it is that we've got the hero. Now with our hero we can create, we can craft all different items and stuff in the forge, so that's one of our buildings. For that you need to pick up materials and resources, stuff like that, pretty cool. You can loot items, stuff like that, and upgrade them, and it will increase various aspects. You know, it shows all the different bonuses and their stats, things like that. You also got your abode, which increases your influence, hero experience, yada yada yada. Hero sets is gear, but kind of full sets. Hero skills. Building. Let's increase training speed. We can increase ranged offense. Scout offense. I don't know why they essentially have the knowledge trees, or the benefits that you get from the knowledge trees, within a different system. I don't get it. I don't get why they've done it. And there may be some reason to it, but it's just absolutely not obvious and it's not explained. So that's kind of my issue with it, and I find it a little bit confusing. Now, here you spend skill points, so I can upgrade it, and I've got 11 skill points to use, whereas with the knowledge, I presume you can unlock everything. It's just a matter of time. So this is possibly a more immediate and definitive kind of strategy, like you're really focusing on one thing over the other with this dude, and that may be the case, but I don't know until I know whether you get a cap on how many skill points you get. Again, no idea, and it's not explained, so I don't want to, unless it's explained here. The hero tab displays heroes bonuses. The hero tab. Oh, the hero sets. Okay. There is a skill tree in the Heroes Skills tab. It is easy to use for upgrading and displays the skills Interrelation. Click on a skills icon to see information about it. You need skill points to improve your hero skills. You earn these when your hero reaches a new level or when you upgrade the heroes aboard to level 21 and 26. I don't know if there's a level cap. Let's have a look if we can see if there's a level cap. No, that's the same thing. So we are just level 7. And there might not be. You might just be able to keep going and going and going. Or it might be a level cap of 60 and you only get 60 points to spend in that tree. In which case, that's not too bad. You know, it has an element of customization to it, which is fine. So that's kind of the general look over the different buildings and resources and how that kind of thing works. You've got items. So this is stuff that we've earned or gear that you can purchase, I believe. So I've got my items here. Jarl's coffer and all that kind of stuff. You've got clans, so whilst we are a Viking clan, you can make alliances, stuff with the game. Quick look at your knowledge. That's the menu, which is, you know, great. But obviously the global map is what we're kind of interested in next. So we have all these players. We have got a lot of level 1 players that have installed, maybe checked out the game, and not even got their town to rank 3. So I think that's just basically off what our palace is, and I'm presuming our palace, I don't know, maybe you can just keep upgrading your palace. There might be some restrictions to upgrading it to a certain level, because this indicates that we're level 3, but realistically it's only our palace that's upgraded to level 3. Most of our buildings are rank 1. But everybody here is rank 1. I can't check anybody out, but I could send scouts. So let's have a look. If we... Let's send scouts to this guy. Oh, I've got no scouts available? Okay. Let's go and see if we can train up some scouts, see how long it takes. Oh, we're building our guys, aren't we? Are we still building? Okay, can we boost them? So this is 15 minutes. Use this item to speed up the gaming process by 15 minutes. This is a 10-minute boost. Well, we'll just use that one. That's fine. So that's finished. So let's get some scouts. And we just want one. Just want one for now. Oh, we've got 500 gold. So there we go. Let's just spend some gold. So it's 65 gold. We've got some gold there. Sweet. Okay, so now I've got plenty of scouts. Let's go to the global map. And we're going to go and check out player 1. So now one thing, it does retcon your quests. That I just got a quest completion for completing 25 stalkers. Now obviously it's not going to ask you to complete 25 stalkers for quite a while, I imagine. We didn't have the active quest for it, but because we've done it and it acknowledges that it's a quest down the line, it's giving it us. So for players that go off-piste, I guess, and decide, oh, I'm just going to build 4 farms now, then if there's a quest that's going to come up for building 4 farms with the rewards, then you still get the reward, which is good. I like that they've done that. So let's send some scouts. Let's send 65. Bet we can find a lot with 65. So here they go. They have a little mooch over. Not sure how long it's going to take, but it's pretty quick movement. And we can't see, you know, can scroll around a lot of the world, but we can't see that much further. But we can. Okay. Oh, I like that. It's got a little emblem. I was like wondering where my town was. Okay, so here we are. Your troop hero has returned to the town. So we've sent the scouts. I think now we check everything on our reports. Espionage succeeded. And that's just giving us an error. Okay, and I think it's actually crashed the game. Fantastic. It is beta. It is beta, so give it a break. I'm going to restart the video. One moment. Okay, so we are back. We reloaded the browser. We went back into our reports. We checked the battle report, and it gave us the same error. So we're not going to open it again because we feel it's probably just going to crash it. What we will try and do is maybe send our spies to a different area. So we've still got 65. Let's send them. Maybe we should have just sent one. Maybe it's sending so many. It's like, oh, it tells us how long it's going to take there. That's cool. And you can rush them as well. But for it being that far away, hardly seems worth it. Okay. Let's try this again. Fingers crossed, everybody. Oh dear. Okay, you're not seeing it, but it's basically giving me a Windows pop-up I've just checked on my actual recording stream, and yeah, so I've basically got a Windows error or a Chrome browser error popping up here. An error occurred running the Unity content, yada yada yada. So I'm clicking OK, and then it freezes up my browser. So we're not going to be opening any of those again, but I am going to try and see if I can open up one of the other battle reports, or we'll try and do some combat now. Back in a minute. Okay, so we are back again. We tried to send just one scout, see whether that was a problem. It seems to be the scout error, the battle reports from scouts that are having the problem, because I can open up battle reports from previous attacks and stuff, just not the espionage ones. So that I can open, but I can't open the other ones. So we're going to try and have an attack on this player. Now, you can attack the town of Iyal, whose palace is below level 6, but you won't get trophies in the form of resources, even if you are victorious. That's fine. I just want to attack them. So, we've got 7, 8 of those, 11 of those. Let's just send them. See how it goes. There you go, so march it, and you can rush them if you get different cards, or you can spend gold. Probably not going to spend 1,000 gold when it only takes 9 seconds. And I don't have 1,000 gold because I just wasted all my money making spies that are redundant for me. But yeah, so if you were kind of marching elsewhere on the map, it doesn't take ages to get across, but you know, if you're kind of in a distant province and stuff, then it could take a while. Now hopefully, there you go, so that's on fire now because it's been raided. Hopefully, we can check. Oh, good lord. Right, okay, so I'm just getting errors all the time now. And I don't know whether it's because it's started doing it from like a set time where there's now a bug, because my previous attacks, although they were on AI invaders and not players, maybe it's because I'm doing it on players that it's a problem. It won't give me reports from the players. But whatever it is, I don't know. I'm going to reload back in for the 4th time and let you guys just check out what a battle report normally looks like. Okay, back once again with the Renegade Master. So yeah, so obviously, like I said, the game is in beta, so things like that you would expect to happen from time to time. When they change one thing, it can break other things. So unfortunately, we can't check any current attacks for whatever reason, because this previous attack was done on a Royal Guardsman, and we can open it up. That's what it looks like. So it tells us where we attacked them, who we attacked with, who our hero was, what XP we earned, how much energy we used. I don't know, stuff like that. And then what health. I don't know whether we necessarily killed them, or whether we just reduced their health. You might have to make multiple attacks on them before the actual unit disappears. But we got from them some trophies. We got some cast steel, which is what it was saying. You can't claim trophies from players whose palace is under level 6. I don't know whether you just get default resources. And I will say, I think those battle reports in comparison to other games are a little bit on the thin side. But you know, other than that, it's essentially the same kind of system. So you've got various other buildings. You know, you've got like a watchtower over here for being able to see further and get more of a global presence and that kind of thing. You've got your crafting forges. You've got, I think, is this your vault? This is your vault for storing resources, things like that, so that if you are raided, players can't take them. So again, it's most of the staple stuff that you would expect. VIP. My current VIP level is 1. I don't know what that gives me. It gives me some great stuff. And I need to get points to get to level 2. And I get points by applying VIP points or buying gold. And you can see, or can you see? Can you see what it gives you? There you go. So let's see what level 15 gives. Level 15, free boost of the action in progress, food production plus 25%, lumber, so resource production 25%. Food consumption is less, additional personal tasks. Personal task autocomplete, you know, so there's some good stuff on there. Doesn't necessarily look OP, and this is for like the top tier as well. But who knows? I don't know how, but I imagine it's pretty balanced because Plarium have been making the same game for a while now, so they've had enough time. And I'm not saying that in a snide way. You know, they've had a lot of experience kind of getting their balance just right. So regardless of whether this game is similar to their others, it looks good. It as a standalone is, you know, it's not bad. The early portion's a bit boring, but once you kind of get into it, I think it's good to be able to just kind of pick up and play it and stuff like that, especially when it's available on Android browser. Pretty sure it's not available on iOS, but you can play it on browser anyway. So, you know, there's some good elements to it. There's some hit and miss elements, but that's just all part and parcel of making a game. So, if you liked it, if you found the video useful, then please give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of our videos as and when we release them. We have all sorts of alpha, beta, first look footage, and all that kind of good stuff. You can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at f2pcom, or over on our official website at www.f2p.com, where we have all sorts of news, reviews, videos, giveaways, and that kind of good stuff. So thank you guys for watching. I have been Goodfellow. You have been you. This has been Revelation on... No, it's not. This has been Vikings War of Clans. Not a different game I've been playing recently. Haha, went into my sign-off mode. This has been Vikings War of Clans by Plarium, obviously. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!